Hello, I am Mercedes Oestermann van Essen, and my website is thebuddhisttrader.com. I want to carry on talking a little bit more on the subject of setting stops. Where should your stops go? We've already discussed that most traders seem to have a lot of problems in this field, and this is particularly true for new traders, and sometimes also people who've been trading for quite some time do have a problem here. Hence, obviously, we want to talk about it. Now, there is that idea that perhaps you should have a very tight stop in very volatile markets, and a lot of traders subscribe to that. Well, frankly, I don't. The reason being, again, is to do with the psychology of things, because if you have a very tight stop, you may be stopped out 3 or 4 times in a row. And often the market makers, particularly for your intraday trading, they will know where your stops are. And if you are too tight, it is too easy to run up a position into the stop and stop you out. So I really advise you strongly not to have very tight stops from that aspect. The other aspect is, from a trading psychology viewpoint, most traders simply cannot take more than 3 losses in a row. The mind chatter takes over, and while it's all very well for me to tell you don't identify with your trades, and you shouldn't, and your last trade is not a reflection of your next trade, I know also that in reality, most of you do have problems with putting that into practice. So therefore, I advise you, look at your charts, even for those short-term traders. That goes for you too, because chart patterns repeat. Granted, the likelihood of a pattern playing out is perhaps is stronger if you're trading a slightly wider time frame. However, patterns do repeat. So look at your patterns and know when you are going to be wrong, which namely means you will be wrong when the pattern merges into another pattern. And that is basically where your stop goes. If you are trading an ABC correction, the position drops below a resistance or support level, well, then you know that you are going to be wrong. And so it's obvious that's where the stop goes. You can set your stops mentally, which is what I do most of the time, because I don't like the idea of having a stop in the market that might get filled out of trading hours when the spreads are wide, or in very quiet trading situations in the Asian markets, for example. So I have to say I trade mainly the American markets, and of course those of you who trade American markets will know in the mornings, in the first hour before trading, the stops on stocks can be very, very wide. So hence I have my mental stops in place. I know when I'm going to be wrong, and that's when I get out. I also look at my risk allocation for the trade, which can also affect the stop. And sometimes I trade much smaller positions, simply, when I'm not sure, I have no problem in admitting that, okay, right now I'm not certain about the market, but I need to fulfill that need in me to have a position in case something happens. So I trade smaller, and again, I have my stop in place. I never, ever trade without knowing where my exit position is, and I strongly advise you to do the same. Thank you for watching this video.